A Taoist priest cultivating atop a sheer cliff, a golden roof cast from a gold and brass, a 200 million-year-old fossil base, gold bricks inlaid in the main hall, a never-burning lamp that has burned for 600 years, and a top tier fortune slip given by the local deity. Good morning, everyone. Heading to Wudang railway station to take the train. Let's rewind to one day ago. I set out from home, heading to Wudang Mountain, a sacred site of Taoism. My first priority is to head to the train station to catch a train to Shiyan city. My home isn't far from the train station. It's a quick subway ride. This time, I've chosen the so-called green train, the kind pulled by a locomotive, because it's more convenient at both stations and the ticket is cheaper. After 2 metro stops, I arrived at the train station. There was still half an hour before departure, so I had plenty of time. I've exited the station. The only drawback of a Chinese metro station is probably their sheer size. It might take another 10 minutes to walk from here to the train station entrance. An underground maze-like subway station. Also, the various transportation systems are clearly separated. The metro is the metro, and the train is the train. In contrast, in Europe and Japan, many stations are integrated, and trains can even travel between them. Reaching the ground floor, I finally arrived at the station entrance. Therefore, in China, if your ticket indicates at 10 a.m. departure, you should ideally arrive near the station at least half an hour in advance. As soon as I entered the station and passed through security, the station's large screen showed that the boarding from my train K462 had begun. I need to buy some food and drinks. It's 6 hours tour. Luckily, there's plenty of time. It will stop over 20 minutes in Wudang railway station, so I have plenty of time to buy some food and drinks. I bought some food and drinks and got ready to board the train. Question: why are so many people crowded on the right side while the left side is empty? The answer is the right side is the hard seat carriage and the left side is the sleeper carriage. The train I'm taking is on the same platform as the one from Harbin to Changsha. Harbin must be quite cold by now. For this kind of long-distance north-south train, the starting point and destination are completely different seasons. I finally found my seat and settled down. Next, I had to change my hotel reservation. I had booked a hotel near Shiyan station but found that it would take almost 2 hours to get to Wudang Mountain scenic area by bus from Shiyan station. So I decided to change the hotel to one near the entrance of the scenic area so that I could have 2 more hours tomorrow and save the travel time for today. As the train next to me pulled into the station, my train slowly started moving. The train windows are just too dirty.
城市分割了彼此的温柔，思念如雪如花，天点地滴的流。多想给你的爱会成为永久，多想给你的爱会成为不朽，那种爱像
train is passing through the Wuhan Yangtze River Bridge. This is the first bridge across the Yangtze River, a dual-purpose road and rail bridge. It has been open to traffic for nearly 70 years, and the experts predict that with proper maintenance, it has at least another 50 years of service life. At the same time, the Yangtze River is also a golden waterway with an annual cargo throughput of over 6 billion tons, which is more than 5 times that of Mississippi River, making it the world's busiest inland waterway. The train now passes through Hanyang railway station, but passenger service is no longer available, which is a great pity. Let's freeze this moment briefly. China's railways and cities are disconnected, so the areas around railways often become development blind spots, such as the unfinished buildings you see now. We are now crossing the Hanjiang Bridge. This train will cross Hanjiang River again, a few hundred kilometers away. The Hanjiang River is the longest tributary of the Yangtze River and is also the water intake point for the south to north water diversion project. The Chinese characters for Hanzhong and Wuhan along the route are derived from this seemingly narrow river. This section is within the city, so the train doesn't run very fast. Hanxi Station is also a freight station that does not handle passenger traffic. There are some railway building materials markets nearby, which makes shipping quite convenient. Judging from the sign, the train in the distance is probably a train from Lanzhou to Xiamen. I wonder if residents living in communities along the railway line find it too noisy. Although there are many houses in Japan that are close to railway lines that usually have multiple layers of glass for sound insulation, Chinese developers seem to pay little attention to this, and complaints from residents along railway lines are frequent. In the distance are IKEA and Huiju. For a long time, Wuhan, along with Beijing and Wuxi, were the only 3 cities in China with Huiju stores. In addition, many freight trains were seen along the line. The reason why China chose to build high-speed passenger railway lines on a large scale instead of upgrading existing lines was to separate passenger and freight traffic. After the high-speed railways opened, the parallel green trains were largely discontinued. By this time, the tall buildings along the railway had disappeared, replaced by large numbers of 2- or 3-story self-built houses, which meant we have left the city and entered the suburbs. I have now arrived at the first stop along the way, Yunmeng Station. This is a county town where many cultural relics have been unearthed, such as bamboo slates from the Qin dynasty. More than 2,000 years ago, the ancients used the method of carving characters on bamboo slips to record text. As you heard, boxed meals sold on the train costs 15 yuan, about $2, which is one of the advantages of traditional trains, as the dining carriage can cook dishes. However, the bullet train no longer has a kitchen where dishes can be cooked. It only offers cold boxed meals heated in a microwave. It has to be said that the passenger flow on this train is really good. Many people even bought standing tickets. This is the second stop, Anlu, which is also a county town. The famous Tang Dynasty point, Li Bai, once lived here. The train attendants kept reminding us to be careful throughout the journey. As I was talking, the train arrived at Suizhou Station, the first prefecture-level city station after departure. It was obvious that the station was much more upscale, especially the tall canopy, which was the result of renovations in recent years. The train continued its journey. The boxed lunches we had earlier now only costs 10 yuan. The train has now arrived at Zaoyang Station. Zaoyang is also a county-level city. The unique feature of Zaoyang Station is that both the old-style green trains and high-speed trains share the same station. That's right, no new high-speed railway station was built. The train is now passing the Tangbai River, a tributary of the Han River. After the train entered Xiangyang City, there were noticeably more tall buildings, a symbol of the city. With the increase in tracks, we are now passing Xiangzhou Station, formerly known as Xiangyang East Station. Later, with the opening of the Wuhan-Shiyan high-speed railway line, the newly built high-speed railway station was named Xiangyang East Station, and this station was renamed the Xiangzhou Station. It is located on the main line of the Wuhan-Danjiangkou Railway and used to be very bustling. However, after the opening of high-speed railway, the train services here have almost completely disappeared, leaving only the sizable platform to tell us about its former glory. In the distance, we could see railway lines branching off and heading to the distance. Our destination was actually in that direction, but our parking spot was on a different railway line, so we had to take a triangular route. The train has now passed another tributary of the Han River, the Xiaoqinghe River. Our train will change locomotive at the upcoming Xiangyang Station and then turn back. We will pass through here again later. The train has now entered an important station, Xiangyang Station. Xiangyang is a railway hub in Hubei province. However, Xiangyang Station is on the railway line from Jiaozuo to Liuzhou, while our train is on the railway line from Wuhan to Danjiangkou. Therefore, after entering Xiangyang Station, the train will change locomotives and change its direction of travel. Due to locomotive coupling, the train will stop for 20 minutes at this station. As you can see, quite a few people got off at this station. Since smoking is prohibited on trains, smokers take advantage of the longer stops to get off and indulge in their habit. The train will change direction at this station. It should have been a locomotive change right now, and the carriage should quiz about. The train changed direction and continued moving forward. Now I've gone from sitting backwards to sitting forwards. I've encountered a shouting locomotive pulling a train with the same nameplate as ours. I don't know if it's returning to the depot on a different route or it's just about to leave. Passing by the depot, this is where trains rest and also where they are prepared and cleaned. The above is the Xiangyang Expressway Ring Road. The train is currently passing through Xiangyang North Station, a very large freight marshalling yard that does not handle passenger transport. It is the largest freight hub outside provincial capitals in central and western China. This is the third time the train has crossed the Xiaoqinghe River. You can see the picture for details. The train passes under both the Erguang Expressway and the Haoji Railway, the latter being a dedicated coal transport line. The train passes through Chenjiahu Station, which is not a passenger station. With the major speed increase of trains more than 20 years ago, this kind of small station has gradually become a place for freight trains to wait and pass. It's important to know that after Laohekou East Station, the Xiangyu Railway's up and down lines begin to separate. This is because it was originally a single-track railway, but during the later construction of the double-track line, some curves were straightened, and the line wasn't built entirely alongside the single-track railway. After departing from Wuhan, the train crosses the Han River again. This section runs on the Xiangyu Railway line downstream and the Xiangyu Second Railway line upstream. Remember this key point. The downstream railway bridge crosses a sandbar in the middle of the river, making it appear as if there are two small narrow rivers, while the upstream railway bridge crosses the Han River directly upstream, making it appear as if it were a wide river. Furthermore, after crossing the river here, we will leave the plains of Hubei province and enter the mountainous area of northwestern Hubei. Soon, we will encounter one tunnel after another. Now, the train passes another waiting station, Huangkang Station. Because the up and down lines are separated in this section, Huangkang Station only appears on the down line, and there's no such station on the up line. The train crosses the Nanhe, the South River, where two tributaries of the Han River, one called the South River and the other the North River, have carved out a small flat valley on the right bank of the Han River. In ancient times, these two rivers may have been one river called Gushui, Gu River, from which the place was named Gucheng. It's 4:30 p.m. now. The sun outside the window is being blocked by the distant mountains from time to time. The train is entering Gucheng Station, which is the last stop before the final destination, Shiyan Station. The train slowly started moving, and my journey entered its final challenge, the mountains. By the way, both the Xiangyu Line and the Xiangyu Second Line stop at Gucheng Station. After we leave Gucheng Station, we will switch to the Xiangyu Second Line to continue our journey. For a period afterward, the Xiangyu Line and the Xiangyu Second Line will sometimes run parallel and sometimes separate. Generally, they will run parallel at stations along the route that did not handle passenger traffic, allowing both directions to stop at stations and avoiding the one-way stopping phenomenon at Huangkang Station mentioned earlier. In sections away from the stations, the Xiangyu Second Line would try to travel through tunnels through the mountains, while the older Xiangyu Line would run along the mountainside. Now we are crossing the North River, Beihe. Enjoying the last rays of the sunset. This is the last patch of flat land. The train passed through Shihua Station. Shihua is famous for its wine, but the station is a bit far from the center of Shihua town. This indicates that we have entered the mountainous area. The train passes through Huangjiaying Station. The road below is National Highway 241. In general, the flat land in the mountains were filled with silt brought by floods. With the construction of modern water conservancy projects, these flat lands have also become rare sediments. As you can see from the phone's GPS, we are currently traveling on the Xiangyu Second Line. The train entered the tunnel. Cell phone also lost signal without a doubt. It is said that base stations have been set up in the tunnels of some high-speed rail lines built in recent years, allowing for communication throughout the entire journey. The train is now passing through Langhe Station. This river is the Langhe River, which flows into the Danjiangkou Reservoir. This river is the Yinjiahe River. The Hanshi high-speed railway is overhead. This stream is the Wafanghe River. Because almost the entire route is through tunnels, the train can only see the outside world on some mountain rivers. The train passes under the Hanshi high-speed railway again. The train crosses the expressway from Huaihai to Beihai. The train is passing through Wudangshan Station. Located in Liuliping Town, it was originally called Liuliping Station, but was later renamed Wudangshan Station for better visibility. With the establishment of Wudangshan West Station on the Wuhan-Shiyan high-speed railway, passenger services here also ceased. Only the platform, which looks quite large in the footage, shows its past glory. Like Xiangzhou Station, it marks the end of an era. The scattered residential areas along the route showcase the unique characteristics of Shiyan city. This city was built decades ago during the Third Front construction period in preparation for war. Due to the deliberate choice of a mountainous area, buildings could only be constructed on flat land wherever possible in the mountains. The train is passing through its last intermediate station, Bailang Station. The train crosses the Maotahe River. The train is crossing the Majiahe River. The bridge in the distance is the Inner Mongolia Road River Bridge. The train pulled into the station. We'd finally arrived in Shiyan, but today's journey wasn't over yet. Do you remember when I changed my hotel to one near the entrance of Wudang Mountain Scenic Area? It's almost 40 kilometers from the train station, which takes more than an hour by bus, so I needed to find a bus stop. I thought I'd take the escalator further away to exit the station, but it turned out to be this staircase. Luckily, I didn't bring my suitcase. Our train is on the southernmost track, but the exit is in the north square, so I need to exit the station first and then return to the south square from outside. Here, I followed the crowd up to the ground level, but it's actually unnecessary. The entrance to the pedestrian bridge to the South Square is on level -1, the same level as the station entrance. You just need to go up one level after exiting the station. Just follow the signs. Judging from its appearance, this used to be the station building of Shiyan Railway Station. Later, the station was moved to the north side, and then this building was closed. Queue to board a bus.
车上不要吃东西了啊，关起来啊！两边你都赶紧挂的，你不要在这儿。
请保持车内安全。
交通或频繁路，请不要在车厢内大声喧哗，使用电子设备的外放功能。谢谢合作。看牙就到爱牙牙，镶牙矫正种植牙。六里坪财神广场爱牙牙医院提醒您：中医院到站下车的乘客，请带齐行李物品，从使用电子设备的外放功能。为了您的乘车安全，请抓紧扶好，不要将头和手伸出窗外。
It was completely dark, although the bus announcement kept reminding people not to play their phones aloud. The uncle sitting next to me was still happily playing his phone through the speakerphone. After more than an hour's drive, we arrived at Wudang town, where we could see Tai Chi symbols on the railings in the middle of the road.
下一站，玉虚宫步行街。
Wudang town is located at the foot of Wudang mountain scenic area. Once I arrived here, most of the people on the bus will disembark. I've arrived. Luckily, my hotel is right near the bus stop. I've arrived at the entrance of Wudang Mountain now, and I will climb it tomorrow morning. Well, I originally planned to order a takeaway, but it's not very late now, so I decided to go out to eat and stroll around the town. That direction is to the gate of Wudang Mountain. I will take this road tomorrow. Tonight, I will go to the Wudang Mountain town in the opposite direction. Let's go. Besides restaurants and hotels, the area is filled with shops selling swords, which are considered a local specialty. The temperature is a little low at night. There's nothing interesting. I'll go back to the hotel now. Although this room costs only 100 yuan, he gave 2 bottles of water. In this way, I don't need to buy extra water when I climb the mountain tomorrow. So, let's take a quick look at the room tonight. Good night, and get ready for the real challenge tomorrow.